welcome back to the channel, and if you've not been here before then do stick around because I promise it gets a lot better than this. Well, I'd like to think so anyway. Thought we'd do something maybe a little bit different, a challenge. Or what's that? What challenge? Well, to be honest, I'm glad you asked. And I've had this now for ages and it's just kind of been stuck in the back of a cupboard. The Lancashire Trig Bagger Challenge Logbook. I didn't really need to say that last bit, did I? There's 101 trigs in here. Now, I'm not going to argue with people if they're saying, oh no, there's actually 103 or there's actually 98. There's 101 in here, and that's what we're going to do. Now on to probably what you might think is a slightly weird thing. I'm always over-planned and over-prepared with things like this. Unless it's like doing the washing, then I'm about a week behind on that and the missus goes absolutely nuts. On Google Maps, I have pinpointed each of the 101 trig points in Lancashire. But there's quite a few locals, so I thought, let's start and let's get some ticked off. If you don't know as well, don't use Google Maps for hiking because the GPS and everything is poor. So this is again where it gets really weird or really sad. I've actually pinpointed them all into the OS maps. So what I'll do is I'll use this, zoom in, find somewhere where we can park near, especially for today as well. We'll switch over to OS maps and use that for navigation. So I tell you what, let's get a move on. Do you know something actually before we do? I've just got a cappuccino, lovely. £1.75. I feel like I've gone back to 2005. Well, no, if I had gone back to 2005, I'd have just started secondary school and I shouldn't be sat here behind a car wheel. But yeah, £1.75. When you go to Costa or Starbucks, you almost feel like you have to remortgage your house just to get a flat white, don't you? But anyway, I think it's time now we get into today's video. So we are fast approaching our first one, Harrocks Hall or Harrocks Hill, whichever one takes your fancy really. I've just parked the car just down there in a lay-by. As guessed, this time of year it started pissing down. But we're not going to let that take away the fun that we're going to have today in bagging these trig points. Well, just while we're heading up to this first one, it's probably a perfect opportunity to get in to the nitty and gritty of trig points. What are trig points? Well, they are used to create accurate maps by forming a network of triangles, enabling precise location and elevation measurements for land, roads and infrastructure. It was the backbone, but now obviously with GPS, satellites, drones all coming into play, it's kind of all been washed out really. But the positive, they do still remain important to us hikers and explorers, because if your GPS fails or bad weather hits, then trig points are not going anywhere, are they? That's why if you're really keen on getting into hiking and exploring, or you are kind of already into it but you're heavily reliant on the OS maps and GPS, I'd definitely take some time and learn navigation before the technology came in, map and compass, because I think it's a really important thing to do, and most importantly it can save your life. I think when we go to the next one I'll get my gloves out the car because my hands feel like Jack Frost. I spy with my little eye. It's quite disappointing really. So obviously now the trig point is based on the Harrocks Hill Service Reservoir. So United Utilities, obviously, it's now their land, the trig point's on their land. Makes you think, doesn't it? Why are they, you know, why don't they just fence it so it goes up to the trig point? Yeah. Makes you think they're hiding something, maybe at the bottom of it, pot of gold, Jeffrey Epstein's files, I don't know, but should we jump over? I'm not going to get shot, am I? Climbing over fences isn't big and isn't clever, and I've learnt the lesson for that when half your hand is hanging off the top of the fence. There's going to be a lot of people a lot older than me that do this and will do this trig bagging challenge, and I think they'll take that as a win. So if it's good enough for them, then it's good enough for me. Do you know? Hey, if it's good enough for you, it's good enough. Do 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 do. I forgot the lyrics, but yeah, there we go. Harrocks Hill trig number 1 in the bag. Let's head back to the car. Don't let it be overshadowed that it's in that fence, because I tell you what, we've got some absolute unreal views. Look at that there, if you can make it out between the dip in the trees. The sun trying to poke through, but I don't think he's going to come out and play today. It's a very dismal day. It's meant to brighten up in the afternoon, so we shall see, but we're almost back at the car, so I'll see you in a minute. We've just arrived now at the second one, and this is called Alma, or Alma Field. If I didn't record this and I was to tell you about it, you wouldn't believe it. I'm not going to cut the camera off, and there's no editing involved. Just have a look at this. Nice views over there. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. At least 1 out of 2 now we've been able to touch. There's the car. There's a trig point. Car. Trig point. Car. Trig point. I think it's Beacon Country Park. To be fair, it looks like you can have a pretty decent walk. It is. That is trig number 2 in the bag. Alma Field. Guess we best make that long walk back to the car. I'll see you in a min. Well, so far today, we've done 2. We've had 1 behind a fence, 1 in a car park. What's next? One in a bloody lake. I'm pretending like I don't already know, but I do know. You're not going to believe the next one. Mr. B, is that you? Been busy, Mr. B? We are now en route to trig number 3 of the day. Now, if you thought it was bad with them first 2, it's about to get a whole lot worse in a minute. This one we're at is called Gorse Hill. Now, again, reservoir. Here we have Gorse Hill, or what used to be Gorse Hill. The trig point has been destroyed. I don't know. I've no idea. I don't know. I've no idea. So really what we're just going to have to do is imagine that Gorse Hill trig point is still stood firmly on that hill. Hey, well, I guess that little out and back, and we're on to the next one. Honestly, can't believe what's just happened. This bloke here, I don't know if you can make him out. He were walking down. Well, as I were walking down, he stopped and kind of hid behind the gate, and I thought, he's going to ask me something daft here. So anyway, as I get closer to him, he says, "Oh, I thought you had a dog." I said, "No, mate, sorry." I said, "I did wonder why you were hiding behind the fence, like the gate." He laughed and went, "Little fucker." Cheers, mate. All the best to you too, pal. Happy New Year. Jesus Christ, my lord. Look at the state of this road here. Come on, United Utilities, pull your fingers out, boys. Now, the obstacle we've got here is trying to cross this road without becoming roadkill, but and get back to the car with bloody trench foot. Now, the question I've got, and I'm sure it's a question you're all asking, should I be in this field? I mean, there is an house just over yonder. Looks like it's a farmed field, but until we get any, oi, get off me land, we're just going to keep going. I can see it. I can see it actually. I mean, in reality, when you've got trig points here like that, in places like this, if that is their field, do they just kind of admit that people are just going to be walking through to go to it? Or do you reckon it pisses them off? I don't know. The only way is, I suppose, if you fenced it off, but I think, to be quite honest with you, don't do that, because we've got, as you've seen already, enough fenced off. It's a nice little lake. Cars Cross, finally. There it is. Number 4 in the bag. Cars Cross. And like I say, I don't know about the field situation, but we've took the gamble, we've come. There we go. If you do want to come and bag this one as well, actually, I'll show you where I've just stuck the motor, because I would have parked on the car park, but it is actually shut. But here you go. It's shut today, or shut for the winter season. So I actually stuck the car here. But yeah, even if it were open, we've got trigs to bag today, not tulips to buy. So we're on the verge now of trig point number 5. And this one's a little bit weird. Whoa, look at this. God. Yeah, so this one's Brow Farm, and obviously, given the name, it's on a farm. It's mad, really. I've just had a chat. In fact, I'll tell you in a minute, because Brow Farm trig point, and looking at it from this way, it's got a wonderful view, apart from them, but just ignore them. But then, I mean, when you look at it from this side, it's not that great, is it? But yeah, Brow Farm trig point number 5. There's even a bit of info there as well. It was originally in the midst of the field. The column has been moved to the edge for safety of it and the farm machinery. So yeah, really, that gets on to what I was just going to say. As we're coming into the yard of the farm, luckily the farm was there, so obviously just asked him permission. Is it alright if I go and look at these? Is it alright if I just go and look at the trig point? And he was fine with it, and I was talking to him for about 5 minutes or so, and what he said was he actually upkeeps the trig himself, so obviously like painting it, make sure it doesn't wear away, which I think, to be honest, that is pretty. At least he's not put a fence around it, do you know what I mean? But a real sound guy, and obviously there looks like a peacock farm. So yeah, Brow Farm, wonderful guy, and that's number 5 done and dusted in the bag. On the way here, the Evans, see, and that's another thing why I asked him if you can hear that, because it sounds like there's a very big dog in that shed there, and I don't want it hanging off my leg. But yeah, so Brow Farm, trig number 5, belting bloke, belting farm, and a real good trig point, to be honest, because of the upkeep that he himself does. Right, so we have got now a bit of a drive to the next one, about half an hour away. This one's a decent one coming up, I can promise you that. It's not fenced in, it's not owned by anyone, it's not on anyone's land. It's all there for us to explore. So I'll see you when we arrive. We have arrived at Denham Hill Quarry car park, and to be honest, when I did get here, this car park kind of gives me the vibes where I'm expecting 4 17-year-olds sat in a Fiesta smoking a fat one, but there's nobody here, just me. So the 6th trig point of the day that we're going to hit up now is called Hoff Hill, and it's situated, so I believe, right on the top of the quarry. So now we'll just use, I'm not going to bother with US maps and that, we'll navigate ourselves, I think, quite easily. We'll follow this path, hopefully it takes us up to the top of there. I'm feeling pretty confident that this path will somewhat lead us to a trig point. Now we're getting towards the top of the quarry. It's just some steps. In a way though, I'm glad that I've chose to do these ones today and chose to do them first, because I suppose it can only get better from here on out, surely. That's what I'm hoping, that's what I keep telling myself, but there's some cracking views opening up though. Well. Would you look at it? Oh. It's a problem with filming. You're always looking at the camera, forgetting about where you're stepping. Look at this. I knew that this one wouldn't let us down. Off hill, oh. Don't know what that were. Off hill. And look at that. Lancashire Trig bagging, Lancashire Rose, 360 views all the way around. You can actually, right there in the distance, you won't see it on that, but you can see Blackpool Tower. Off hill, trig number 6 of the day. Don't know how many more we're going to do, to be honest, because it's 2:30 now. In about an hour and a half, start going dark, won't it? Definitely head to the next one, and then we'll make a decision from there, I'm sure. Of course, the deeper we delve into this, you know, when we start hitting towards the Forest of Bowland area, you know, that is one of the most remotest, is that a word, remotest? One of the most remote moorlands I've ever seen. Parts of it are anywhere. So that's when it's going to get real good. I'm glad that we've done what we've done today, because imagine hitting the Forest of Bowland up straight away and going through all them ones, you know, all the day hikes that you're going to do, to then finish off with these ones. It almost had a slight bit of disappointment to the challenge, wouldn't it? But after that, I'm hoping now that we've turned a page and there is a silver lining to all this after all. But I better watch where I'm going. Oh. So we are back at the whip, and I'm thinking definitely doing one more. Then depending what that one's like, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. It all depends on whether or not it's going to get dark. 6 ticked off the list out of 101. Hopefully 7, 8, 9 potentially, but we shall see. I just want to say a massive thanks to everybody who watches these videos. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. And if you're watching on your TV, just whip your phone out, subscribe on that. Also, make sure you like the video as well, because that helps us and benefits us massively. Also, drop a word in that comment box and let me know if you're doing any trig challenges, if you've done this trig, if you've nearly completed it, or what challenge I should do next after we've completed the 101 Lancashire Trig challenge. Peace out. These are all getting pretty mad now. I mean, there's an housing estate there. I'll be honest, don't know what that means. This is why I can't wait to get these out the way and to get into the Forest of Ball and plan, you know, a big massive day hike. I mean, there's some swanky gaff here. That is unreal. Oh my god. I can see it. You're not going to believe it. It's becoming a reoccurring thing now, this. This is your chance now to hit that subscribe button, because I need some support. Well, to be honest, I need a cuddle, I think. Oh, took 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Why? Worth it, I suppose, for the views, isn't it? Over there. So there's a tree in the way. Over there in the distance, I don't think you can make it out, round about here somewhere. It's Darwin Tower, and I were contemplating doing that one that's up there on Darwin Moor, but it's the time, innit? The time, and when it gets dark, we'll see. We'll see. The next one is kind of in that direction, so we'll definitely go and do that. We'll definitely go and doing that one now after what I've just seen up here, 100%. This, of course, is number 7, and it's called Boardman Heights. Someone's house, or a couple of houses. Then you've got someone's garage, a little chalet up there. To be honest, it looks like we're approaching a prison. It's like Fort Knox, but that gate there has got a padlock. Maybe here. Oh, do you know what? With the day that we've had today, let's just go for it. I think if we follow this fence around here, it might take us to it. I might be wrong, but this definitely isn't a footpath. That's for sure. Cracking view though. Winter Hill over there. Gets to a point sometimes where you just feel like giving up doing this, because yet again, there it is. There's a big CCTV camera up there. Is it electric? Drop it in the comments if you know, but yeah, there you go. Boardman Heights, Trig Point, just there. But then again, another one that we can't touch. But like I said when we went to that first one, we'll have to just take that as a win. It is what it is, unfortunately. I definitely recommend just coming and getting all these basically I've done today, bar off hill. Just come and do them first, get them out of the way. You don't want to leave yourself disappointed. You're on 93 trigs and you've got these left. Can you imagine? Imagine this being your last one, and you want to stand on top of it, take a picture. I've completed 101 trigs, and this is what you met with. It's not great, but listen, it's another one we've bagged, and it's as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Ideally, it's time to get out of this field, because if you look, that looks like the footpath, but that leads down to that gate, and that gate was locked. So I think the farmer or whoever owns it, I think they've just got a bit peeved off with people coming up here, you know, trekking through the field to just go and see that, ideally. Look at it, it looks like Fort Knox. It's like a prison. But there you go. Anyway, Trig Point number 7, Boardman Heights, is in the bag. We're going to have to do another for sure, if not another 2, and hope, pray that the better. Felt like we were getting somewhere at the last one. We've got to take the good with the bad, haven't we, I suppose. Hello darkness, my old friend. Right, I've had a bit of a think, and my attempt today was to do 11. One of them being Darwin Moor or Darwin Tower, however you want to go about it. But what I've thought is I'm going to leave that one out for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do now the other 3, because it's 3:10, so I think we'll be able to do them, and it means then that we can end the video with an absolute belter. Now, why do I know it's a belter? And that's because I used to do it, God bless their souls, with my grandma and granddad when I was a kid. So I know exactly what we're in for, and the video can go out on a high. So I'll see you very soon at Trig number 8. Here we go then, Trig point number 7, is it? Oh, style. I'll tell you what, it were nice to go over that style then. Today, all I feel like is that I've worked for United Utilities, and the rate I've been going at, right now I'm probably entitled to a pension and they'll be inviting me to the Christmas do next year, but style's packed in. Feels like me today, to be honest, with how this has gone. I'm definitely not standing on that, because that does not look sturdy. And it's not. Look at that. Look at that. Voila. Easy as that. Cracking views though, look, over there. Over all of Blackburn. There's Ewood Park. There. For any of you that are football fanatics. Fernhurst Hill. I mean, to be honest, we should probably show it from this way, shouldn't we? Oh, where is it? There it is. Fernhurst Hill in all its glory. Trig number 7. It is 7, isn't it? In the bag. It's an awesome view from here, really is. Obviously building more houses there if we've not already got enough. 2 more to go and then we make it a nice round 10 trigs for the day. Not far from the car's just over that hill there. That's the style. Voila. I think today it's been a case of we've seen the trig points that have been kind of ruined, fenced off, and then like that one there, just over that wall, you know, the building houses there, eventually it's just going to be in somebody's back garden. Farmers, you might need the money, but stop selling your land, because eventually it's just going to be concrete and tarmac everywhere, and we don't want that. We need a bit of greenery. Keeps people happy, keeps people positive. Good for your mental health. Isn't it mad really that we've been bagging trigs today and that's the first style that we've actually been over? It's an odd one, that, isn't it? Okay, that for a view. So now we are at number 9, and I realised before I said 7. I said Fernhurst Hill was 7. It's not. That was number 8. We're currently walking along the side of a pretty busy road, so no accidents. We've come this far. Oh, would you look at that? You wait for 1 and 2 come along at once. Although this does look, that is ridiculously slippy. Wow. Is that side safe to stand on? Oh. Right, trig point number, see, I forget again, number 9. It's just got a bit nippy. Trig number 9 of the day in the bag, Rushton's Heights. Do you know what? After everything we've been through today, just look at the surrounding areas. Absolutely wonderful. Tell you what, temperature really has dropped, but we've got to get number 10 in the bag, haven't we? And just while we're here, oh god, humongous piles of, I want to say cow muck, but judging by what I'm going to show you in a minute, god, I nearly fell in it then. So these fellas, hello little horsey, can I stroke you? Oh, wait, me and my mate, what do you want to be called, Rufus? Oh god, what are you doing that for with your feet? Oh, you don't like that? Look at its eyes, man. Wow. See you later, Rufus. Isn't it? Oh, that's what he thinks of me. Sure, he just farted. Well, we are cutting this incredibly close because, well, have a look for yourselves. daylight is disappearing fast. But listen, we're committed to it. We're committed to 10, so 10 is what we're gonna do. We've made it, and it's now or never. Druid Cull Circle, I think is the right pronunciation. But as you can see, we're losing daylight pretty fast. So we've probably got about a 10-minute walk to the trig point. Fingers crossed we can still see. The way back I'm not too fussed about, but hopefully it just holds off and just lets us bag this 10th and final trig point of the day. I promised you 10, didn't I? Literally going through someone's drive here. There's nobody about. I think we might be in the clear, boys and girls. God, it has gone nippy. I should have put my coat on. Not very sensible of me, that. And there you go. The path that we're going on is part of the West Pennine Way, which for those of you that don't know, it is a massive multi-day long distance hike. How many miles it is, not 100% sure, to be honest. I'll put it down here now so you all know. There are literally a group, or a herd if that's what you call them, of about 6 deers. I tried to catch him on this, but he's literally like filming there and saying, "Can you see that ant?" It's never going to happen, is it? Horses, deers, what an end to this video it's turning out to be. I mean, I don't want to keep saying it because it's a bit negative, but it couldn't have got much worse. I did think then that was the remains of a tent, but no, because there is the stones on top of it. I was just about to give the whole leave no trace spiel and all that, but it's off the path. It's got stones on it, so it looks like it's there to serve a purpose. We really are cutting it close now, but look at the views. All of Manchester lit up over there, if you can see it. Really, it'd be nice to just stand and admire that, wouldn't it? But time is not on our side whatsoever. Now, if I'm not mistaken, where that tree is, there should be a gate that goes into that field, and the trig point is there. Absolutely knackered. Not done much over Christmas, gone on a few like family hikes. Honest to God, I need to get back in shape. It's ridiculous. I did run a bit, but I think I chose to run at the wrong part and it was uphill. Ah, here we go, style. And the trig point now, still obviously on the West Pennine Way. Hey, it's still a bit icy up here. We've made it. Despite what we might have doubted, daylight's just held on a little bit for us, just to make it here. We're going to have absolutely unbelievable views. Here we go, the 10th and final trig of the day. Druid Cull Circle, trig number 10 in the bag. And I mean, if you can make it out, look at the views. Got around here. See, it was worth coming up here. It's actually quite warm. It's probably not, it's probably absolutely Baltic. But because my blood's pumping around my body now, we're nice and toasty. But number 10, Druid Cull Circle, Unreal view. That's it. 10 trigs. 10 ticked off. The 101 Lancashire Trig Challenge. And what, to be honest with you, what a place to finish it. It's nice, it's calm. It's obviously going a bit dark. Still got a bit of blue sky over to that side. What a day it's been. This is just a bit of a disclaimer. Obviously I said I was going to do 10, so I've done 10. But if you are in a similar position to what I was in today and you're not really a confident hiker yet, or you're not confident with navigating when light drops, then please don't go for that 10th one. Just stick with the 9 and be happy that you've done 9, because you can always come back another day and do that. It's not, believe it or not, right, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be there for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So don't worry about it. Remember, be safe. Of course, I'm going to be alright. That's why I just wanted to make it up there with just enough daylight, mainly for the camera. But going back, it could drop and be pitch black now, and we will be fine. So yeah, that's just a heads up, guys. Always put your safety first rather than what you've set out to do, because you get stuck in a situation like that, and especially where I am now in barren moorland. There's nobody around here, and if I fall and hurt myself, we're in a world of bother. So yeah, guys, just keep that in mind. Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do. You can do as you please. It's just a bit of advice. I'm sure someone down there riding a bike. Keep hearing, you know, like brakes squeaking. There's no way. Not riding a bike in this. I suppose I could have a light, but oh, well, we made it back alive. That is the main thing. That's a positive. So today we have done 10 trig points from the Lancashire Trig Challenge. I'll tell you what, I'm never going to remember them all off the top of my head, am I? So let me just run through with you the ones that we've done today. First one, Harrocks Hill, then Alma Field, Gorse Hill, Cars Cross, Brow Farm, Hoff Hill, Boardman Heights, Fernhurst Hill, Rushton's Height, and finishing off there at Druidcull Circle. Now, what a way to finish that video. But one thing I would advise just from starting this challenge today really is, if you are going to do it, do them ones that I've done today first, because they don't exactly come under the category of wow factor, do they? So I hope today you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like the video, and if you want to go out on a whim, even subscribe for us as well. It'd mean the world to me. If you want, drop a little word in that comment box, or if you do want to know and you think about doing this where any of these are, drop me a message on either Instagram or TikTok. It's @HopVentures. Fancy sausage and mash for me tea. Don't know why, but I don't know why you need to know that either. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.